Yeah. Hey guys, it's Jamie and Domi, and we are back with an extra special episode about the goat at the Yorktowne Hotel. So here is the story behind the unexpected guest in the lobby, and it is the goat. In 1920s, organizers sold shares to the public to raise money to build the hotel. And in 1 week, about $1.2 million was raised from almost 1,200 investors. So in today's money, that would be $22 million. That's a lot of money. And volunteers competed to see the teams that could sell the most shares. So the winning team, captained by John L. Gerber, was awarded the stuffed goat, which for decades was exhibited in a glass display case in the hotel lobby. So, one of the more odd things that you're going to find at the hotel.
Unique to York.
So does the goat have a name? So turns out it's a goat with no name. So Kim Hogeman calls it the Yorktowne goat, and it's nearing its 100th birthday.
Oh.
So is it time for a name, or should it just remain nameless? Just the goat.
It looks fantastic, though. I mean, you don't see the up-close seams, but for a 100-year-old stuffed goat, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, you're kind of like, oh, what would it look like after all this time?
Well preserved.
Yeah.
Ready for a humble brag over here. This is my grandma, Lorann Jacobs, who is the artist. She also did the Tinker and Lafayette, and she was commissioned to make a bronze sculpture of the goat. So she came and gave a talk with Jim and I at the Yorktowne back in October of 2025, and she walked us through how she was able to design the goat. How my grandma starts is in her basement. She uses this red wax, which as a child walking down in the basement and seeing dripping red wax like on tools.
This is horrifying. I'm not gonna lie. Like this is
a chopped up goat.
She would be great for like a horror movie.
She would be fantastic. And wax is really unique. A lot of people use clay, but clay during the process, the rendering process of them using it to turning into casting it and then making it out of bronze is more challenging. So kudos to her. She's been doing it since she was in her 20s, and she's now in her 70s. So 50 years. Of
I know, she's
red wax.
amazing. If it works,
don't break it, right? So what she does is she makes these individual pieces, and then you cast the individual pieces. There you can see on the right, and then you actually have to weld them together. So it's not as simple as making just one piece,
right?
And then also, if you notice, it is hollow. It is just a very thin, about 1/4 of an inch of bronze. If this thing was solid, it's already heavy.
I know,
right?
it's not going anywhere.
It's like probably 70 pounds if I had to guess, maybe 80. So if this thing was solid, it would be triple that. You have to reinforce the floor. So if you go to the Yorktowne, they have this on display. And here you can see kind of the different patina look that bronze can appear based off of the different metal that they use. It's just kind of a cool feature that I'm really proud the Yorktowne chose my grandma to make another version of the goat at the Yorktowne.
Heck yeah.
So thanks for listening to our part 3 of Hometown History. Please go and listen to part 1 and part 2 is on Facebook, and it'll be later on YouTube.
Thanks, guys.